Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to set up some of the lab requirements ahead of time. One of the first steps we have to do is create some DNS records. I'm currently running Active Directory DNS in my home lab, so that's what I'm going to use. But you can use whatever you have available or whatever you want to build. If you don't want to use Active Directory, you could use Bind or any other DNS server. So with that said, I have a short list here of the host records that we're going to create. We're going to create a record for the vCenter. We're going to create a record for all 6 of the ESX hosts and one for the NSX Manager. As a quick recap, ESX 1 through 3 are going to be the management domain, and ESX 4 through 6 will be our workload domain. 1 through 3 are currently at a base install, so those are the ones that we will install clean. There's nothing on those right now. 4, 5, and 6 currently have some VMs running on them, including my domain controller here and another domain controller and several other workloads. So what we'll do is we'll build 1, 2, and 3. We'll migrate the VMs from these hosts over to 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll decom 4, 5, and 6 and reinstall them with the latest version of ESX. Finally, we'll build an NSX Manager and a vCenter to manage these systems. The differences between the hosts are the management domain has 4 1 gig NICs with no vSAN, and the workload domain has 2 1 gig NICs but also has 2 10 gig NICs and 2 vSAN disks. So they're a little different, really just so that we can simulate some vSAN workloads and to make vMotions and other traffic go a little faster in the workload domain. So in order to work this, all we really have to do is open your DNS management system, and like I said earlier, this is Microsoft's DNS for me. I've created a subdomain called lab.vc813.com where we're going to place these hosts. So as we build them, they will be named, vcenter001.lab.vc813.com or ESX or whatever else, right? .lab.vc813.com. This helps create a little bit of isolation for these and just keep things, on track. We're going to use my 192.168.1 subnet for these. When we get into the NSX build later, we'll have some secondary subnets that we'll use for, app isolation and segmentation of workloads, so we can simulate microsegmentation inside the lab. But for right now, these are just management domains, so we don't have to worry about it. We're going to create A records for everything. So I'll do this first one, and then, we'll speed through the rest. So the first thing you want to do is just put in the name, so vCenter 001, right? And then you'll see that you get the fully qualified name there. And then the address is 192.168.1.210. And then I like to create the associated pointer record. If you're using Bind, you'll have to do that yourself. But that basically just creates a reverse record, right? So you could do an NS lookup on 192.168.1.210 and get the name, or you can do an NS lookup on vcenter001.lab.vc813.com and get the IP address. It gives you the reverse. All right, so now you can see we have all of the host records created. We have the vCenter host at 210. We have ESXi 001, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, all from 211 to 216. And we have NSX Manager 001 resolving to 192.168.1.217. So now that this is done, we can resolve any of these inside of the network as long as we're pointing at these DNS servers. So the next step is to go ahead and install our ESX hosts. We'll have a separate video on that, or a connecting video on that here shortly.